Anyway, all mining sites are running smoothly. Overnight harvest totals are a bit lower than I'd like. Oh, we had some sputtering on the number 12 RCS thruster, but Jack and I managed. Oh, Jack. Good. Hold on a tick. Hera, pause recording.
Acknowledged, Captain Rhodes.
Morning, sunshine. And how are we feeling today? Jack, are you with me? Hera, let's go ahead and run Jack's calibration program.
Acknowledged.
Right. In you go, Jack. I'll see you in a few.
Module D221, Manual Dexterity. I am Hera, Central AI for the Kronos II Orbital Mining Facility. I will guide you through this calibration program. First, close your hand to form a fist. Now extend your index finger. Good. To proceed, use your index finger to press the hollow button in front of you. Now reach out and grab the glowing disc that just appeared. Please try again. When you are ready, throw the disc into the goal in front of you. Target hit. Excellent throw. Calibration module complete. Please stand by. Module M-101. Basic motor functions. Please pull the handle above you to exit the activation pod. This labor unit will guide you through the module. Now carefully follow it by pulling yourself through the environment using any solid surface. Please take your time and follow the guide. Now carefully pull yourself forward and release to glide to the exit. Calibration module complete. Module M-205. Maneuvering thrusters. Your hands are equipped with maneuvering thrusters, allowing you to move more freely in zero gravity. Activate left thruster. Activate right thruster. Now please exit the activation pod and use your maneuvering thrusters to reach the door ahead. Thrusters can be used in short bursts or held down for continuous usage. Good. Now navigate the environment using only your maneuvering. Calibration module complete. Module C-111. Communication. We will now calibrate your communication system. When someone speaks to you, a reply notification may appear above your wrist. You may then respond by holding down the dialogue button on either hand and selecting a reply with your index finger. Hold down the dialogue button now. Input confirmed. Now hold down the dialogue button and select a reply.
Understood.
Good. Continuing calibration. Often you will have a limited time to select a reply. In these cases, silence is considered a viable option. Do you understand?
Acknowledged. I'm ready to proceed.
Understood. Continuing calibration. Now exit the activation pod and move into the room ahead. You can also initiate conversations at points of interest throughout the world. If you look at certain people or objects while you are close to them, their name will appear, and an icon will indicate that you can use the dialogue button. You may then hold down the dialogue button and select an option, just like a reply. Now start a conversation with the labor unit, and speak about the Fury transport model in this room.
Unit 42, what is your primary directive?
To assure the safety and well-being of Kronos II station personnel.
What is your secondary directive?
Preserving the integrity of Atlas Corporation property and equipment.
A Mark I Fury transport, 1/48th scale.
Be advised, while real Fury transports can be used to travel to distant locations across the Kronos II station, I do not recommend attempting to ride this one.
Noted.
Communication system fully calibrated. Would you like to proceed to the next module?
I'm ready to proceed.
Acknowledged. Please stand by. Module A-131. Data Scanner. Error. Calibration program failure. Stand by for reboot.
The directors have been pushing to make fully automated deep space mining the company's top priority. Your Echo unit is the perfect subject for our initial test runs.
This is crap. I'm 1 week from leaving, and you're just now telling me Jack's not coming.
Command wants the Echo unit to assume your duties when you leave for Sirius.
Well, how long has Command known about this?
Liv, I don't think...
How long?
Olivia.
Jack? Sorry, I have to go. Kronos II out. Jack? What happened?
My calibration program crashed. I appear to be stuck in the activation pod.
That's odd. Your diagnostic program's never just flat out crashed before. It must have suspended the pod's release procedures.
In the event of activation pod failure, Titan Protocol recommends performing a complete power cycle of the pod, followed by a level 3 inspection of...
You're set. Listen, about my conversation with Command, how much did you overhear?
Not much.
Well, okay. I'm just gonna put it out there. You're no longer coming with me to Ceres.
What do you mean?
The directors want you to take over my duties as commander of the station. It'll just be you and the labor units. No humans.
So this is our last week together.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Look, they just hit me with this news a few minutes ago. I mean, Command splitting us up, I never even considered it a possibility. I'm not entirely sure what to say. Except... I'm sorry, Jack.
There's no need to apologize, Olivia. While the situation is unfortunate, it's not your fault.
Come on then. No sense putting it off. Let's get our last week started. Why don't you go activate the bridge while I pull the overnights?
Copy that.
Transitioning to daytime cycle.
I'm really going to miss this part. I'll get started on the morning checklist in a bit. Just give me a moment to soak in this view.
Take your time. We do have an especially striking view of Saturn this morning.
Almost like it's showing off. Do you happen to know what gives the planet its unique color?
I do not. Please tell me.
Ammonia crystals in the upper atmosphere react with... You're just humoring me, aren't you?
I know how much you like to answer your own questions.
Thanks, Jack.
Let's get started on that checklist.
You sure? There's no rush. It is our last week, after all.
Yes, I'm sure. We should try to maintain our schedule.
Suit yourself? All work and no play?
What was that?
Nothing. So, Jack, I suppose congratulations are in order.
For what?
Your promotion.
There's really no need for that.
Come on now, it's a big deal. In a few days, you'll be Captain Jack. So, congratulations, Captain Jack.
What I mean is, as an Echo unit, I hold no official rank, so technically I can't be promoted.
Right, well, that's too bad. Captain Jack has quite the ring to it.
Also, you are the only person who calls me Jack. To everyone else, I am merely Echo 1.
Is that your way of saying you're going to miss me?
I have no...
What was that? Jack, did you feel that? What the hell? Please tell me you can see that.
Affirmative, I see it.
Any idea what it is?
I'm afraid not. There are no records of any such phenomenon in the Atlas Interplanetary Database. It is an anomaly.
What the... Jack, are you alright?
Never mind me, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Whatever that was, it looks to only have affected the electronics. Are you sure you're okay?
Minor glitches, no permanent damage. Liv, it's possible that anomaly is not entirely stable.
You think?
Priority alert.
The holo table. Something's wrong.
I'll investigate.
Hera, initiate broad spectrum scan. Focus on the following coordinates.
Hera, status report.
Multiple Tier 1 malfunctions detected.
Isolate and identify.
Acknowledged. Isolating. Awaiting input. Saturn Orbital Zone Beta. Orbital Mining Facility. Designation, Kronos II. Central Mining Station. Malfunctions isolated.
That is a lot of red.
Perhaps it's not as bad as it looks.
Ground fault recorded in the cargo bay. Possible circuit overload. Reading marked temperature increase in the core containment chamber. Lockdown procedures in effect. Power failure reported in primary oxygen garden. Emergency failsafes triggered.
What, that's it? That's all we've got to go on?
Hera, can you give us an in-depth scan of each affected area?
Negative. Unable to establish communication with cube satellites.
Wait, we lost the CubeSats? How the hell did we... forget it. Let's just have a look for ourselves. Where are you, you little bugger? Ah, here we are. Jack, could you do us a favor and scan this CubeSat?
I'll need to calibrate my scanner first. Stand by. It'll only be a moment.
Module A-131. Data Scanner. Your scanning tool allows you to collect data on anything in the environment. Please exit the pod to begin calibrating it. Please follow me to the disk spawner at the back of the room. Now activate your scanner by pressing the button on top of your hand. Both of your hands have this functionality. Good. Now aim the scanner at the I/O port on the disk spawner and hold the trigger to initiate a scan. After scanning something, its name will appear next to your hand on the scanner's data tab. To see the results of your scan, grasp the tab and pull it away from your hand. Pull the data tab now. Excellent. Use the button on top of your hand to deactivate the scanner now. Good. To complete this module, gather scan data on 5 other materials or objects. You must scan additional objects or materials to complete this calibration module. 4 scans remaining. 3 scans remaining. Initiating human sarcasm. I thought we were friends, Echo 1. 2 scans remaining. One scan remaining. Calibration module complete. Please stand by.
All set?
Scanner fully calibrated.
Heads up. Give that CubeSat a scan. See if you can work out what's wrong with it.
Scan complete.
Right. Well, what's the story?
According to these readings, something was disrupting the CubeSat's ability to communicate with the rest of the sensor network.
Was?
My scanner appears to have reset the CubeSat's transmitters and restored the connection.
Oh, well, problem solved. All you have to do is find and scan every last CubeSat we have scattered across the entire facility.
Sounds like fun.
Of course, it would to you. I'll send an objective to your ARM computer, but consider it low priority for now.
Objective received.
Right then, on to the real problems. What do you think? What's next?
Hera's scan of the anomaly will likely take some time. Perhaps we should get started on repairing those malfunctions.
Good idea. That anomaly's certainly given us plenty to do. I count 3 Tier 1 malfunctions that need our attention. I'll need a few minutes to pull today's command codes off my console. You can just keep yourself occupied till then, I'm sure.
Of course.
Ready to go?
Yes, let's get started.
Great. Not the best way to start our last week. Don't believe we've ever seen this many malfunctions all at the same time.
We've also never had an unidentified spatial anomaly suddenly appear directly off our port bow.
It's a day of firsts, really.
You do realize it's possible we just made a groundbreaking scientific discovery.
Well, let's not go writing our Nobel acceptance speeches just yet. Well, at least not until we're certain the station isn't going to fall apart.
An encrypted audio file. Curious. When the anomaly scrambled the CubeSat, it inadvertently connected them to a secure Atlas Corporation network.
Ah, what the...
Warning, unsecured cargo in the hold.
Yeah, that much I worked out. Can you tell me why we have unsecured cargo in the hold?
Negative.
Okay, well, we might want to look into that.
All right, Jack. Looks like there's a lot to do this morning.
Any priority alerts?
Well, it'll be your station soon. What problem do you want to tackle first?
Send the data to my ARM computer. I'll have a look. Let's see.
Take a look at your objectives on your ARM computer and let me know which one you want to address first.
Let's get the cargo bay squared away.
All right. One of the cargo banks must be malfunctioning. We probably blew a fuse. I'd start by checking the fuse compartment at each cargo bank. Hera, unlock them, please. Just don't pull any good fuses or we'll have loads more cleanup to do.
The fuse looks intact, power flow stable. Something's interrupted the power flow, probably warrants a closer look. I think I've located the problem. This fuse is blown. We'll need a replacement.
Affirmative. Wait there, I'll bring you a new one from the supply drawers. This should do it.
Thank you.
Got you covered.
Power flow restored. Maglocks coming online.
Copy that. Go ahead and secure the cargo.
Strong contact from the maglocks. That's one down. Just one more to go. Cargo secure.
Let's lock the system down to make sure this doesn't happen again.
I'll throw the lockdown lever.
Lockdown engaged.
Thanks, Jack. I feel better already. Let's move on, shall we? Well, there's still the temperature spike in core containment and the power failure in the oxygen garden. What's next on the agenda?
Let's fix the power failure in the oxygen garden.
Okay, follow me. Looks like the power failure knocked out the door to the oxygen garden. I'll pull the manual release. And of course, the access panel is stuck. Jack, I think you're going to have to cut through.
I'll need to calibrate my reactive cutter first.
Right. Considering the power outage, let's also calibrate your entry light.
Module A, 901. Reactive cutter. Please exit the activation pod and proceed to the door ahead. Activate your reactive cutter by pressing the glowing touch point on the underside of your wrist. Highlighting cuttable surface. Use the reactive cutter to cut through the highlighted brackets. Please cut through the highlighted brackets to proceed. Cutter functionality test complete. Lift open the door to proceed. Highlighting cuttable surface. Use your reactive cutter to cut out a portion of the highlighted panel. Once you have cut away enough of the panel, press the hollow button to complete this calibration module. Calibration module complete. Please stand by. Module H-144. Helmet visor. You can open and close your helmet visor by pressing the button on the left side of your helmet with your index finger. Please open your helmet visor now. Now please exit the activation pod and proceed to the room ahead. You can activate your headlamp by pressing a button on the right side of your helmet. Once your headlamp is on, shine it on my location. Well done. I am moving to new coordinates in the next room. Find me and shine your headlamp on my location. Excellent. Please press the button on the right side of your helmet to turn off the headlamp and complete the module. Calibration module complete.
Reactive cutter and headlamp calibrated successfully.
Copy that. Cut through the access panel so we can pull the door release handle. Excellent, follow me. Let's get started. Hope you're not afraid of the dark. Can you use your headlamp to help me find the electrical grid maintenance panel?
Affirmative.
Athena, bring up the next candidate, please.
Echo Program Candidate number 37. Lieutenant Rhodes, Olivia J.
Now this one's promising. Accepted into the USN Aerospace Academy at 16. Exemplary marks in engineering, geology, robotics.
Turn your headlamp on, Jack.
Stuff.
Pitch dark in
All
here.
the versatility you could want in an astronaut. The USN
Olivia,
even
I've
approached
located the
it
maintenance panel.
Perfect. Keep your light on it for a moment while I remove the cover.
Interested in leaving the solar system, I guess. And a psych profile. She's right on the money. Took some prying, but the interviewer got her to open up about her family. The younger brother, Jackson. You could tell they were close. Probably had to look after him a lot.
Looks like we've got some
Signed his
fused
parents.
wiring.
That's
Status
just
report?
what you'd go
The
with.
short caused a full system
Perfect.
crash. We'll need to reset each of the environmental controls. Can you find the emergency junction while I sort out this mess?
I've reached the junction cover. Did you bring a spanner?
Just cut through the bolts. We can deal with the cleanup after we figure out what's wrong with the station.
Affirmative. Going hot. Electronic interface. I'll need to use my scanner to link up with the I/O port. Emergency power online.
The backup conduit only has enough juice to diagnose one system at a time. Go ahead and get started when you're ready.
The transformer can't form a complete circuit.
We probably need to realign the coils. Run a scan to confirm.
The coils have been damaged.
Shit. Unlock them so we can get a closer look.
Conversion coils unlocked.
As long as we can still form one complete row, we should be able to get the transformer back online.
Power current stabilized.
Conversion process successful. Current strong.
Nice job. Once I finish replacing these wires, we should be able to get the lights on. Use the junction to select another system.
The O2 mixture is off. I'll need to adjust the levels of atmospheric exchange.
Careful with that, Jack. One of us still has to breathe the air here for the next few days. stay balanced, Jack.
Bioregenerative systems calibrated.
CO2 capture optimized for both plant and mammalian passengers.
Mammalian, huh? How flattering.
Apologies, Liv. I didn't mean to sound clinical.
Once I'm gone, you'll probably be able to shut down this part of the ring.
I think I'll keep it, actually, to add color.
Jack, you aren't starting to enjoy botany, are you?
Is that unusual?
Depends who you ask.
That's 2 down. Let's tackle the last system.
Although Liv doesn't specialize in botany, she has done a remarkable job of maintaining the greenhouse. The alert must have shut down water flow to the hydroponic systems.
It's designed to seal the main reservoir in case of a breach. We need to pump the handle to restore pressure to the plumbing.
Water flow restored.
Irrigation system within operating parameters.
Good. That should help keep the plants healthy. Hera, verify all oxygen garden subsystems.
Subsystems within normal parameters.
Right. I'm about done here. Do you see the access panel near me?
I see the access panel.
Good. You'll need to wait and throw the main breaker on my mark. Got it?
Acknowledged. I will await your command before throwing the breaker. Removing utility cover. Please stand by.
I've got to pump the primer handle before you throw the breaker. Let me know when you're ready and I'll count us down.
On your command.
Acknowledged. Throw the switch in 3, 2, 1. I'm clear.
Oxygen garden operational. Environmental control systems restored.
That's one more system we don't have to worry about.
Hopefully it stays that way.
Don't jinx it, Jack. There's no wood to knock on around here.
That just leaves the temperature spike in core containment. Follow me, Jack.
Liv, is this your EVA helmet?
It's just
Find anything?
Nothing conclusive. Your body is radiation hardened. Care to take a look inside?
I'll see what I can ascertain.
Hera, disable all containment safety protocols and unseal the hatch.
Acknowledged. Awaiting manual operation.
Head on in. I'll see you on the other side. You'll need to seal yourself in before we can expose the cause, Jack.
I should finish calibrating my radiation shield before we continue.
Acknowledged. Standing by.
Module A, 251. Radiation shield. Your scanner can detect hazardous radiation fields capable of damaging you. Please activate your scanner and use it to assess the irradiated area ahead. Your scanner places tracking points that display the area's radiation level. When you are ready to proceed, please exit the activation pod. Your radiation shield will protect you for a limited time. A shield meter is located on both of your wrists below your arm computer. You can use this to monitor your shield levels. Now please use your scanner to find the least hazardous route through the room and reach the exit. Higher levels of radiation will drain your shield faster. The radiation monitor on your wrist displays the radiation level of your current location. Please keep it in mind. If your shield is depleted, your body will suffer irreparable damage. Please be careful. You can draw energy from induction panels to replenish your radiation shield. This module will complete when your shield is fully recharged. Please pull the handle toward you to begin recharging. Calibration module complete. Please stand by.
Radiation shield fully operational.
Copy that. Let's get started by opening the core enclosures. The code is 5826.
Authorization accepted. Warning. Radiological activity detected.
Well, that explains the temperature spike.
At least one of the fusion cores is leaking radiation.
Your scanner should help you zero in on the source. Fairly active. Not a bad starting point. Keep looking in that area. Nice shot. I'd say that warrants a closer look. I'll activate the I/O port so you can scan it to open the enclosure.
Enclosure unlocked.
We need to scan the individual cores to determine which is causing the problem.
Microfractures in the fuel assembly. Radiation at unsafe levels.
That could contaminate the entire fuel reserve. We'll need to jettison the core. To unlock it, enter 6102 at the central console.
Core released.
Bring it to the disposal conduit at the bottom of the chamber. Once you open the conduit, you'll need to seat the core into the launch tube and use the lever to eject it. Keep an eye on your shield levels while you're in transit.
Emergency disposal conduit online. Fusion core marked for disposal. Stand by. Awaiting manual confirmation. Radioactive material jettisoned.
The area is still irradiated.
There has to be another damaged core. Check the other enclosures.
I'll keep looking.
A second hotspot. I'm activating the I/O port so you can check the enclosure.
This core is similarly damaged.
Bloody hell. It has to go. Punch in 7641 at the central console to unlock it. Same routine here. Run it to the disposal conduit and jettison the core.
Emergency disposal conduit online. Fusion core marked for disposal. Stand by. Awaiting manual confirmation. Radioactive material jettisoned.
Radiation levels returning to normal.
Thank God for that. Looks like we live to fight another day. Let's shut the enclosures so we can get you out of there. Re-enter the code in the center console. 5826.
Core containment re-engaged.
You're looking a bit worse for wear. Maybe you should use your ARM computer to upload to another shell?
Initiating manual reboot.
Reboot initiated.
Jack! I'll meet you on the other side, by the hatch.
Hull fractures, multi-system failures. Glad to be out of there.
I've always wondered, does that hurt?
My diagnostic systems detect structural damage in real time. It isn't necessary for me to feel pain in an organic sense.
It's looking sharp, Jack. Did you get it rolled up for me?
I was only replacing a piece of defective hardware.
No offense, but it's a bit creepy when you talk about it that way. Chamber temperature is back within normal limits. Nice job in there, Jack.
Thank you.
All right, that ought to do it. We're all set. Hey, Jack. High five. There you go. I appreciate the help, Jack.
That's what I'm here for.
And here I thought it was to keep me from going round the bend.
I chose to abandon that directive some time ago.
Shut up. That's not funny.
Captain Rhodes, full spectrum scan of the anomaly is complete.
All right, Hera. Push the results to the holo table in the EVA staging area.
Acknowledged.
Come on, Jack. Let's go have a look at the results. Maybe we'll learn something useful about this anomaly of ours.
That does seem likely, considering we currently know nothing at all.
Suppose I can't argue with that. Okay, Jack. Let's see what we have.
Hera, status report.
Status green. All systems nominal.
Well, that's good news. But what about our anomaly? Where is it?
Hera, display the anomaly's current location.
Acknowledged.
Ah, there we go. Wait, hang on. Hera, is this image to scale?
Affirmative.
So the anomaly has increased in size.
Not a good sign. Let's get a closer look. Okay, let's see.
Curious.
I can't make head nor tail out of any of this data. What about you?
The data appears to have been corrupted somehow.
It's the same for all the readings. Spectrometer, interferometer, LiDAR. All rubbish.
Interference from the anomaly must be disrupting the transmission signal.
So, our sensor network is useless. What now?
You are still the captain of this facility. I defer to your judgment.
I was afraid you were going to say that. All right, if we don't get a handle on that anomaly, we're going to be in serious trouble.
Agreed.
I don't want to do this, but I think I have to send you out to investigate the anomaly up close.
Good idea. If I use my scanner to examine the anomaly, I'll be able to analyze the data in real time.
I'm sorry, Jack. You know I wouldn't ask you to do this unless I couldn't see any other way around it.
I'm specifically designed for operation in hazardous environments. It only makes sense. Besides, we need to determine the nature of this anomaly. And I suggest we do so quickly. Okay, well... no sense wasting any more time then.
Let's get you into the airlock. Sharpish.
Caution. Airlock opening.
Did you throw that on purpose? If you're going out there, you'll need an EVA rig. There should be some inside the airlock. Just take one off the rack. You'll need to secure the rig to your back.
EVA rig secured. Initializing advanced movement systems. Stand by for calibration. Module M-201. Primary boosters. Your EVA pack allows you to boost forward in the direction you are looking. When you are ready, please exit the activation pod and use your EVA boost to reach the console ahead. Well done. Please press the hollow button to continue. Now boost to the end of the hall before the walls close in on you. Multiple boosts may be required. Excellent. Module M-116. Braking thrusters. This module will calibrate your braking thrusters, which allow you to stop in place without grabbing any surface. Please exit the activation pod and proceed to the room ahead. There are 2 target zones in the next room. Please boost into one of the zones and use your braking thrusters to come to a full stop. Success! Now, use your braking thrusters to stop inside target zone A. Calibration module complete. Please stand by.
EVA rig fully functional. Ready to disembark.
Copy. Airlock controls unlocked. Pull down on the handle to close the inner door. Once the inner door is sealed, you're clear to cycle the airlock.
Inner bulkhead sealed. Inner bulkhead sealed.
I need to depressurize the airlock before I can exit.
Once the airlock is cycled, head outside and make your way to the anomaly. Get a scan if possible, but don't put yourself at any unnecessary risk.
Understood.
I'm going back up to the bridge. I can keep a better eye on your status from there. Keep this comm channel open. Maintain constant contact.
Copy that.
Depressurization
Jack?
complete.
Yes.
Ready for EVA departure.
Be careful out there.
Don't worry, Liv. I'm sure it'll be no problem.
Isn't that what we always say right before there's a problem?
Exiting portside airlock.
Copy. There should be a Fury transport dock just outside the airlock. Should take you straight to the anomaly. You'll need to run a diagnostic check before you can take off.
Understood.
Select your destination.
I'm underway. Distance to anomaly, 4,800 meters.
Copy that. I've a visual on your transport.
3,500 meters. 2,000 meters.
Steady as she goes. Godspeed. Look at that thing. Just incredible. Jack!
The Fury is malfunctioning. I have no control. I'm drifting toward the anomaly.
Remote link's been severed. I can't reboot the transport.
Liv, I'm taking radiation damage.
Abort, Jack! Get out of there, now! Just ditch the Fury! Go!
Evacuating Fury.
Hurry, Jack! Get clear of that radiation!
Stand by.
Jack, the Fury has completely dropped off my scope. Total loss of signal. It's gone.
On approach, I noticed the anomaly was pulling the surrounding debris into its center.
You think the anomaly's housing some kind of singularity?
That would be consistent with my observations, yes. Needless to say, I doubt we'll be seeing that Fury transport again.
Okay. Well, so much for scanning the anomaly up close.
Liv, I'm clear of the radiation.
You alright?
Still functional. Though I must say my shell isn't exactly in the best condition.
In that case, I recommend using your ARM computer to reboot. It's the quickest way back to the station. Start fresh in a new shell.
Reboot initiated.
I think those disturbances might actually be electromagnetic pulses. You might not be able to scan the anomaly up close, but I think we can reconfigure a geological sensor to do the trick.
How so?
Well, if we can use it to read fluctuations in the magnetic field, we should be able to get a look inside. There's just several problems.
Go on.
I've got failures all over the facility. For this plan to work, we'll first need to clear up some problems in the container field, the primary dig site, and the processing line.
Send the details to my ARM computer.
Done. Let me know when you arrive at the sites.
Prep for RCS thruster calibration. Please hold on to the railing for the duration of the test flight. Initiating RCS thruster test. In 3, 2, 1. RCS thruster check complete. Proceeding to primary thruster calibration. Reminder, please hold on to the railing. Igniting primary thrusters. In 3, 2, 1. Fury transport calibration complete.
Liv, the Fury transport is set for flight.
Great.
Select your destination.
Coordinates have already been uploaded to the Navcon. Just touch the marked location on the holomap and you'll be on your way. I'll monitor you from the bridge. Good luck.
Destination, Communication Satellite F7. Preparing for thruster ignition. Please hold on.
I'm not getting a signal from ComSat F7.
Hera, give us a level 1 diagnostic on all components.
Scanning.
Let's see. Looks like one of the ComSat's solar panels took some structural damage. It may have lost a few solar cells. You'll have to replace them. There should be some spares stored on the side of the satellite.
Together, these cells form a panel that collects solar energy. If the cells are damaged or removed, the panel won't function properly. That's one. Hera, status report.
Cell installation successful. 0 errors detected.
Acknowledged. Proceeding to next panel. That's all of them. Hera, verify solar panel integrity.
Satellite F7 online. Solar panels optimal. Wattage stable.
Nice job. I'm getting a strong signal. It may actually help us get a better reading on the anomaly. Did you know that beforehand, Jack?
Not really, I just wanted to fix it.
You just can't help yourself, can you?
There is nothing wrong with wanting a clean and functional work environment.
Select your destination. Destination, Communications Satellite D4. Preparing for thruster ignition. Please hold on.
ComSat D4 is inactive as well.
Hera, run a diagnostic on satellite D4.
Scanning. Satellite offline. Solar panels are operational, but their current wattage is at 5% of their effective PTC rating.
Interference from the anomaly, I suspect. It should have a backup battery for these situations, though.
I'll open the maintenance hatch and take a look. The emergency control panel. I'll need to cut through before I can access it. I've set the satellite to perform a power cycle once I restore it.
Gonna try the old turn it off and on again method, are we?
In a manner of speaking. But I'll need to examine its backup battery first. The satellite's maintenance hatch. I should open it up and check its backup power supply. Hatch open, checking the battery. This battery's drained. I'll need to recharge or replace it on the Fury transport.
Satellite D4 online. Systems nominal.
Strong work. Combined with the signal we're getting from the other satellite, that should make our scan of the anomaly go much smoother.
Select your destination. Destination, primary dig site. Preparing for thruster ignition. Please hold on.
comms array there to boost the data buffer from our sensor suite.
All systems appear offline. Emergency lighting only.
Damn. Well, clearly something went wrong here.
Leave it to me. I'll find the cause.
Sorry, Jack. I hate that I'm asking so much of you today. I'll help you from here as best I can. Anyway, better get to it. Let me know what you find.
These solar panels should be providing the site with backup power. The anomaly must have damaged them.
They might not have the wattage to operate the comms array anyway. We barely get enough solar energy here to power the comms stats, let alone a whole dig site.
Warning. Hazardous levels of radiation detected.
Right on cue.
I'll try to get the site's radiation dampener online.
Good idea. Make sure to check its backup power supply. It may have a dead battery. That's way too much radiation, Jack. We'll need to activate the dampening field before you can safely investigate that area.
A fusion generator, more than capable of powering the entire dig site. Battery removed. It's definitely depleted.
Well, that explains that. Your Fury transport should have a spare you can replace it with.
The backup battery should be on the aft of the transport. Battery acquired. I should recharge my shields at the Fury's induction panel before I head back. Power restored. I should be able to turn the dampener on now. This radiation dampener will allow me to safely investigate the dig site, but I need to reactivate it first. Dampener online. Geiger readings nominal.
Nice job. That should buy you some time. If the dampener goes down again, you can recharge the battery back at the Fury. Based on the radiation, I bet that generator has a damaged core. Look for a maintenance panel that you can cut open.
I've found the generator's maintenance hatch, but the release mechanism isn't functional.
Just cut it open. I'll happily weld a new one on myself when this is over.
Maintenance panel removed.
How's it look?
The main reactor appears to be intact, but the fuel rod is partially melted.
Damn it. Better
Security
jettison it
brace
then. It may be
disengaged.
good to scan it first, though. The data could prove useful.
Severe thermal damage detected. Main fuel supply depleted.
Depleted? Helium fusion rods can last a century. How could it discharge that much energy so quickly without exploding? Well, if you have a moment, could you scan those labor units too? The data could help me figure out what happened.
Fuel rod jettisoned. Generator systems offline.
Radiation dissipating. That core seems to have been the only source.
Good work. Now just get the generator a new fuel rod and re-engage the locking mechanisms. There should be a spare in the site's core enclosure.
New fuel element accepted. Please re-engage safety protocols. Control rods engaged. Fusion reaction initiated. Please initiate a manual reboot. Connection with primary dig site re-established.
Excellent. I pulled a few labor units out of mothballs to mount the antenna while you finish the repairs. You'll need to assemble them before you move on. A Fury transport should arrive with them shortly. The data from your scans is bizarre. This sort of erosion... How could it have happened instantaneously?
Could the radiation have corrupted the data?
Possibly. But that can't be the only factor.
Proceeding with
This
primary
anomaly isn't just a
assignment.
mass of radiation. There's more to it than that. I'm certain now.
Labor unit online.
Labor units
Proceeding
online.
with primary
With them
assignment.
managing the data flow, you'll be free to operate the sensor once we're ready to scan.
Are you sure they won't need assistance?
Positive. You can't do everything yourself when I'm gone, Jack. A good captain knows how to delegate.
Evidently.
I heard that. Okay, good start. We still need to find out what happened on the processing line and at the container field. Let me know when you find out more. Oh, and Jack, if you have a moment, search the primary dig site for another labor unit. I'm getting a signal from one nearby and we could use the extra set of hands. Fuel rod was completely inert. It should have been good for another century before it burned out.
My sensors are picking up a signal from deeper inside this cave. Liv, I found the labor unit. It has been dismembered, and it may have suffered internal damage as well.
Try to get its limbs reattached at least. We can perform a more thorough diagnostic later.
Repairs complete. Unit 38, are you operational?
Affirmative. I feel lovely. Just lovely. How are you?
You have definitely sustained internal damage.
Negative. This unit is operating at 10,000% efficiency. As you can see, the bridge is in excellent condition.
This is a cave.
Negative, negative, negative. This is the bridge. I recommend you schedule yourself for maintenance, Echo 1. You are being very negative.
Liv, I found the missing labor unit near the primary dig site and... well, it's disoriented.
What the hell do you mean by that?
Is that Captain Rhodes? Are you speaking to Captain Rhodes? Please tell her that I am nearly finished clearing her browsing history, as requested.
Maybe you should just leave it alone for now.
That may be for the best. Unit 38, you mentioned browsing history?
I am sorry, Echo 1. That is a classified assignment given to me by Captain Rhodes. Please, wipe your memory of that conversation.
I want to say, for the record, that I never told it to do that.
Is that Captain Rhodes? Please tell
Jack,
her...
please. Please stop talking to that android.
Select your destination. Destination Container field. Preparing for thruster ignition. Please hold on.
Approaching container field.
I'm picking up latent radiological activity in that area.
Something must have contaminated the cargo.
There's no way we'll get a clear read on the anomaly with all that interference. We'll need to find the source of the radiation and jettison it.
My scanner should help me track down the culprit.
Best guess, I'd say you're looking for levels around 80 or 90 decigrays. If you get into trouble, remember you can use the Fury module's induction panel to recharge your shields. My record.
Radiation absorption at 30 decigrays and climbing.
You're getting warmer. Watch yourself.
Radiation exceeding 80 decigrays.
You must be right on top of the source. Try using your scanner to locate it.
Agitated deuterium ions detected.
Deuterium? That's a hydrogen isotope. How'd that end up in one of our helium-3 containers?
Unclear. The processing line is configured to scrub any excess hydrogen.
Ah, sod it. For now, let's just deal with the contamination. I'll dispatch a Fury to remove the irradiated container. Wait, something's wrong.
What is it?
I can't get the Fury transport to decouple from the container on the upper rack.
I can throw the manual override on the Fury's hitch. Stand by. I'll make my way up there now. Approaching Fury transport.
Careful. Once you decouple the transport's hitch, the autopilot's likely to kick in. So either get clear or find something to hold on to.
Fury hitch released.
Autopilot's taking over. So far, so good. Ah! Jack? Are you alright?
Affirmative. But the container was breached. The contamination is spreading.
Well, that certainly didn't go as planned. Okay, I've got an idea. If I release the container's maglocks, the Fury should just carry it away. Or it would if the controls were actually responding. You know what? Screw it. Just cut the power. Maybe that'll do it.
Considering the damage, are you sure that's wise?
Wise? Definitely not. But will it work? Only one way to find out.
Do I need to mention this is a gross violation of protocol?
It's either this or risk contaminating the entire shipment. Sometimes you just have to improvise. Ah! Holy What the hell just happened?
Explosive decompression. The escaping gas caused the container to jettison itself.
Okay, so not exactly what we were aiming for, but... Well, I suppose that takes care of our radiation problem. Good work. The sensor should be able to scan the anomaly free of interference. We're almost there. We still need to investigate the processing line. Update me when you arrive. Hold on. Something's wrong with that Fury transport.
The one that collided with the container. What's wrong with it?
I'm really not sure. It's moving erratically, veering wildly off its flight path.
Could be a problem with the Fury's flight dynamics.
Probably just need to reset the navcom. If you get a chance, would you mind looking into it?
Copy that.
And I'm not sure, but I think we might need to resynchronize the container control system.
Are these issues urgent?
Not really. Neither one's going to keep us from scanning the anomaly. Consider them both secondary priorities. Nice. Good work, Jack.
What is it?
Nothing. I'm sorry, it was like watching some sort of weird robot rodeo. Cowboy Jack ropes himself a Fury.
Do I get a hat?
A hat, fancy boots, shiny spurs will fix you right up. Till then, you can just leave the Fury where it is. I'll have Hera run some diagnostics on it before I can reconnect the remote link.
Copy that. I'm moving on.
Happy trails, partner.
Select your destination. Destination, Kronos II. Preparing for thruster ignition. Please hold on.
I'm still trying to work out just how the hell we wound up with a container full of concentrated deuterium.
I'm not certain. Deuterium is a byproduct of helium-3 atomic decay.
But helium-3 is a stable isotope. It would take centuries for it to decay. It doesn't make any sense.
Inbound on the processing line.
So, we're going to need a lot of energy for this sensor sweep, but the pulse knocked out the flow control on the plasma lathes. They're burning out of control and draining the power reserves.
One of us will need to enter the processing line and reach the emergency reset.
Well, I'd do it, if you'd let me.
That is very much against protocol.
Thought you might see it that way. Keep the comm channel open. I'll help you out as best as I can from here. The pulse has the electronics in that area on the fritz. If you reset the power transformer, I may be able to run a diagnostic.
Grid stabilized.
The control hub in that area is back online. I've re-established contact with the labour unit manning the line entrance below. He should open the door for you.
Positive contact. Stabilizing. Echo unit identified. Opening service entrance.
I should be able to reach the manual reset on the other end of the
Please
line.
excuse
You
my
mean
clumsiness.
past the inferno of white-hot plasma?
Correct, which is precisely why I'm the one doing it. Clean through.
Maintenance units shouldn't be entering the line while the cutting systems are active. Something's very wrong here. More debris. Make sure you clear any jammed conveyors before moving on.
Something must have interfered with the nav protocols.
Yeah, it looks like. Labour units shouldn't just run face first into a hostile environment. Any sign of of a working hard drive in all this wreckage?
Unit 14, what is your function?
Nav data mismatch. Multiple hazards detected. Maintenance cycle incomplete.
Pallet clear.
Stubborn bastard.
Shields at 30%.
Approaching watch station.
The switch there should trigger an emergency reboot.
I've located some intact command modules. My scanner should be able to pull the drive data.
Good find. With any luck, the data clusters are still intact.
Direct connection established. Synchronizing data stream.
Nav data purged. Kronos uplink lost. Executing last known command. Collision detected. Damage report unavailable. Lower limbs non-ambulatory. Upper limbs non-ambulatory. Excessive command feedback. Critical failure. All systems. Shutting down.
Well, that was certainly horrifying.
Reset in progress.
Power output back within normal parameters. We should have plenty of energy for the scan. Nice moves in there. Just watching that was giving me a cardiac. Jack, looks like everything's back up and running.
Affirmative.
Grab a Fury and head for the depleted dig site. I'll fill you in on the way.
En route to the depleted dig site.
Good. When you get there, you'll need to aim the sensor array at the anomaly. I'm heading out to rig up the transponder.
I thought we agreed that you'd stay on board the station.
Sorry, Jack. I need a direct line into the lathe systems to siphon the power supply.
Liv, the plasma lathes have already malfunctioned once. That's extremely dangerous.
Relax. I double-checked the failsafes and I've shut down the main relays. I'm following protocol to the letter. Mostly.
Confidence-inspiring. Hello, Liv. Do you have a visual on my location?
Yes, Jack. I see you. And I hope you like that pose, because I just immortalized it.
You took a photograph. Had you told me, I could have posed.
It's called a candid shot, Jack. Oh, this is going right over my desk on Ceres.
Select your destination. Destination, depleted dig site. Preparing for thruster ignition. Please hold on.
I've reached the depleted dig site. Are you in position?
Just arrived. Go ahead and bring it online. I'll manage the power supply from here.
The site's generator is still in working order. I'll get it up and running.
Good. That should bring the sensor online.
Dig site generator online. Core samples processing. All systems nominal.
This site's generator can only power a few systems at a time. I'll need to make sure its power junction is directed towards the sensor array. Power rerouted. Liv, how are your energy readings?
So far, so good. Head to the sensor and bring it online.
Sensor reached.
Look for the main control console. You should be able to activate the sensor from there.
Sensor powering on.
Confirmed. You'll need to rotate the dish so it faces the anomaly before we can get a clear reading. Jack, it's working. The signal's getting stronger. Keep going.
The array is now pointed at the epicenter of the anomaly.
Perfect. Give me a minute to process the data. What the... Jack, what happened? I lost my connection to the sensor.
Energy spike from the anomaly. I think it blew the fuse.
Shit. Those sensors are sealed before deployment. Okay, you'll need to cut through to access the fuse box.
This has to be against protocol.
Well, I find it's easier to get things done if you think of the field manual as guidelines, rather than regulations.
The filament popped. We'll need a new one.
There should be plenty of spare fuses around. Look for a replacement.
Power level stabilizing.
Good. Let's get the sensor back online so we can finish the scan.
Sensors back online.
Connection established. Now we just need to realign the array.
Signal synchronized. Scanning inner horizon.
Liv, array is realigned. Can you confirm? Liv, do you copy?
I think it worked, Jack. I picked up something on the oscilloscope. I'm patching the audio through. Do you hear that? What the hell is this? Ah!
Liv. Olivia.
Jack, I need you. Find a Fury transport and get back here now.
Select your destination.
Thank God for you. It just switched on.
Captain Rhodes, sitrep, please.
The automatic release protocols aren't working. I'm wedged between the trolley and the rail. Can you see a way to get me out?
Negative. It's trapped beneath the cowl.
The access cover. If you cut through the bolts, we can get a look inside. There! If you cut through...
Anomaly detected. Proximity alert.
Jack?
The pulse knocked out my cutting tool.
Jack!
Rebooting.
Look! The anomaly is changing. What the hell? Jack, are you seeing? Oh my God. Shit!
Cutting tool back online.
Incoming,
Liv.
Jack! Cut the panel!
Okay.
That's it! You got it!
Captain Rhodes, you are...
Shit!
Liv? Liv, do you copy? Are you all right? Hera, locate Captain Rhodes. Nothing.
Proximity alert. Proximity alert. Proximity
Hera.
alert. Good morning, Echo One. It is encouraging to see you have finally recovered.
Hera, what happened? Where is Liv?
Station has suffered extensive structural damage from the debris field. My program was forced into hibernation mode shortly after Captain Rhodes' departure.
Departure? Where did she go?
Captain Rhodes did not specify a destination. However, the captain did prepare an emergency beacon. You will find it nearby.
Emergency beacon. Got it. I'll have a look.
Mayday, Mayday. Titan Command, if you're out there, this is Captain Olivia Rhodes. Kronos II is lost. Say again, my station has been compromised. We were hit by a debris storm caused by the arrival of an unknown vessel in our sector. Damage is catastrophic. Honestly, it's a miracle I'm alive. I'd never have made it if Jack hadn't cut me free. But he won't reboot. He's gone. I can't stay here. Main power's offline, we've lost atmosphere. Radiation levels are climbing fast. I've no choice but to take my chances aboard the unknown vessel. It's a long shot, but if there's any hope I might be able to survive on that ship, I have to try. Titan Command, if you're receiving... Hell, if anyone's receiving... Come find me.
Hera, are there any Fury transports still operational?
Affirmative.
Reroute the nearest transport to the station airlock. I'm going to find Liv. Hera, open the activation bay doors.
Echo 1, I am obligated to inform you that leaving the station is a violation of Atlas Protocol.
I don't care. Liv is in trouble. I'm going to help her. Now open the doors. Hera, can you locate Liv's transport?
Negative. Sensor network offline.
What if I were to repair one of the satellites?
Affirmative. A single sensor pulse from one of the satellites would likely be sufficient.
Hera, I have a visual on the Fury. Is it ready to launch?
Negative. Detecting hazardous levels of radiation. Fury controls are currently locked in accordance with Atlas protocols. Please activate the transport's radiation dampener before departure.
Dampening field activated.
Acknowledged. Long-range sensor satellite located. Plotting course.
All right, let's go find our captain.
Select your destination. Destination, Sensor Satellite A2. Preparing for thruster ignition. Please hold on.
Hera, status report.
Repairs to satellite must be completed before long-range sensors can be restored.
Understood. Hera, what are these unusual growths covering the satellite?
Unknown. Recommend for...
A fibrous texture. It does not appear to damage my exoskeleton.
Echo 1. Advise you refrain from haphazardly touching the unidentified substance.
Well, too late now.
Recommend performing a visual examination.
Commencing visual assessment. Substance possesses an uneven surface and visible diversity, suggesting it is likely organic in nature. Its sudden emergence in our ecosystem would seem to indicate the substance is somehow related to the arrival of the unknown vessel.
Recommend using your scanner to collect additional data. Scan data received. Stand by. Amino-organic compound. Intact peptide bond. Minimal cellular activity. Preliminary analysis. Dormant biopolymer. Origin unknown.
Doesn't seem dangerous. It does not appear to have survived the vacuum.
Advise using your reactive cutter to acquire a sample.
Curious. Labor units are designed to maintain limited functionality, even after suffering catastrophic damage. But this unit appears to have ceased all internal functions. It is beyond recovery.
Shields at 95%.
Hera, I've located the maintenance hatch.
Acknowledged.
I'll need a power cell. you see that? The substance seemed to come alive when the battery got close to it. I think it may be feeding off the power field. I should probably refrain from touching it while in that state.
Investigation complete. Logging all observations of the biomass under the heading Unknown Biological Threat.
Very well. Battery locked in. Hera, the power is waking up the biomass.
Advise caution.
Now to switch the power controls to battery backup.
Echo 1. Long-range scanners have located Captain Rhodes' Fury transport. Signal originates from within the unknown vessel.
Understood. Plot a course.
Acknowledged. Fury transport ready to depart. Select your destination. Destination, Fury Transport FR-103. Preparing for thruster ignition. Please hold on.
Hera, take us along the starboard side of the vessel. Begin scanning the hull for distinguishing features or markings.
Acknowledged. Be advised. Reducing speed.
What is it?
Possible visual markings identified on hull.
Hold here. I'd like to get a closer look with the Fury's spotlight. I can use the Fury's spot. Hera, could this be some form of writing system?
Cross-referencing against all known written communication systems in the Atlas Interplanetary Database. No matches found.
Assemble a table for lexical analysis. We need to keep moving.
Acknowledged. Re-engaging thrusters on your input. Select your destination. Warning, obstruction ahead. Searching for alternate route.
Dead end. I can use the Fury's spotlight to help Hera find a clear path. There. That passage looks clear. Hera, can you confirm?
Affirmative. Plotting new course. Plotted. Signal when ready to proceed. Select your destination. Proximity alert. Brace for collision. Now leaving mission area. Returning to mission area.
Hera, give me an analysis of this vessel's design, layout, construction, anything that might help to determine its origin.
Affirmative. Stand by. The vessel's overall configuration is unfamiliar to Atlas databanks. However, certain elements of the internal design would suggest...
Hera, do you copy? The ship must be interfering with our comms. Liv's signal is coming from somewhere in the vicinity. I should investigate the area. The vessel is highly irradiated. Liv's transport must have had a radiation dampener. I may be able to reactivate it. That should protect me from the radiation. Liv must have used this to find a way inside.
To anyone receiving this message, this is Captain Olivia Rhodes. I'm alive, at least for the time being. Kronos II's ability to sustain life has been compromised, and I've been left with little choice but to seek refuge aboard this unknown vessel. If you're receiving this Titan command, please send help as soon as you can.
This could be some sort of control panel, but it has no obvious means of engagement. It may not be receiving power.
Maybe I can get inside. Right, Captain Rhodes signing out.
An airlock, but it appears to be offline. The hull here is compromised. I may be able to cut my way in. This looks like some kind of maintenance conduit. I may be able to restore power to this section of the ship from here. This looks like an auxiliary power supply, but the biomass has rendered it inoperable. An ionized fluid reservoir. Charged contact point. Power cell installed. Now to replace the rest. Looks like the airlock is powering on. If it's functional, that's my way inside. The airlock is receiving power. I should be able to open it. If Liv came this way, she may still be in range of my personal communicator. Liv, do you copy? Olivia, are you there? Still jammed. No choice but to follow her trail for now. The cabin is pressurized, but the air is reading unbreathable. Could it be the biomass? I'm detecting a charge from this device that's similar to the Kronos II induction panels. Perhaps I can use it to recharge. I'm able to draw power from this. I can use it to replenish my radiation shield if necessary. This is similar to the emergency junctions on the Kronos. I may be able to redirect the power flow, but I'll need to cut this cover off first. It looks like I can access the ship's infrastructure from here. Those spores could be what's contaminating the air supply. The spore detonated on contact with my cutter. Maybe I can clear some of the contamination. Widespread biocontamination. I should be careful. Biomass over there went dormant when the power failed. It seems to be tied directly to the vessel's power grid. This bulkhead is sealed. Maybe I can cut through to reach the locking mechanism. Mechanism released. Now to pry the door open. Something's pierced the hull. This appears to be releasing spores into the air supply. Bio, perhaps. I can re-enter the main cabin from here. What is that? Strange. Curious. These warheads don't match anything in my database. This area is highly irradiated. My scanner might help me find a safe path across. One of the doors here must still have power. Radiation levels falling. The warheads here must be unarmed. Space spores detonate on contact. They would deplete my radiation shield in short order if I don't avoid them. This door is unpowered. I'll need to find another way forward. Repulsive. The cysts appear to react to external energy sources, just like the biomass. Only the reaction is much more hostile. I'll need to steer clear of them.
Captain Olivia Rhodes. I'm leaving this beacon for the record. On the off chance someone finds this. So far, I've found no sign of life here, aside from the biological contaminant that's rendered the air unbreathable. That includes both human life and aliens. I can't believe I'm even saying that. But the technology on board doesn't match anything used by Atlas or the USN, so I have to consider the possibility. Though whoever ship this is, they're long gone. Something catastrophically bad happened here. evacuation. Anyway, with the air contaminated and no contact from Titan Command, I need to prioritize survival. If I don't find some clean air before my O2 runs out, the speculation will be a moot point. Captain Rhodes, signing out. Hopefully not for the last time.
Echo Unit Prototype Android. Obsolete design. Designation Jack. How interesting.
My firewall has classified you as malicious code. Identify yourself.
I am called Apollo, tactical AI construct on the Estrella. You're on board my ship. I mean you no harm. In fact, I need your help.
Sorry. There's someone I need to find.
So I surmised. Curious. Prospecting robots don't perform search and rescue functions. But then, they don't have names either. I would propose a bargain. You help me repair my cortex, and I'll help you find who you're looking for.
You've already invaded my core systems. Why should I trust you?
The nature of the repairs will require you to access my essential systems. A significant risk on my part. Consider it a trust-building exercise. I understand what I'm asking is difficult, but neither of us has the time for careful considerations. I suggest you decide quickly. You know where to find me.
Where do I start?
My heat sinks are depleted. They must be refilled from the coolant reservoir. You can access the heat sinks from the maintenance consoles.
Raising heat sinks.
The neighboring controls actuate the coolant valve. Use it to refill both heat sinks. Good. The process is working. Coolant transfer in progress.
Transfer complete.
Now, return the heat sinks to their enclosures. I've been operating at diminished capacity since we came under fire. You have no idea how good that feels.
What did happen here?
We were attacked by an enemy cruiser. They deployed some sort of biological agent I haven't previously encountered. The resulting damage was catastrophic. Parts of my cortex have experienced damage. I will attempt to identify the malfunctioning cores.
The power surge damaged part of my neural processing net. You'll need to enter my cortex below and repair the damaged cores.
Who attacked you?
Tactical data on the conflict is restricted. I'm unable to share that information.
Damaged core acquired.
I can repair the logic circuits using the rewrite terminals on the center column. Bring the core there.
Logic core in place.
Scan the I/O port to transmit the necessary data.
Upload complete.
Rewriting logic core protocols. Firmware instructions reset. Please seek the core back into my cortex.
Logic core repairs completed.
Establishing new connection. Keep going.
What sort of ship is this? I have no record of a spacecraft so heavily armed.
I'm sorry, Jack. The Astrea's tactical specifications are restricted.
Patching neural net.
Uplink successful. Restoring logic connections. There are more damaged cores. We'll need to replace them all before I can bring my systems back online.
What function do you serve aboard the Astrea?
I'm in charge of tactical advisory, targeting, and fire control systems. I am also in charge of managing emergency situations. We need to repair all my damaged logic cores before I can bring my systems back online. Core linkages restored. Half of my cortex is back within established parameters.
Your ship arrived at great speed. How do you maneuver a vessel of this size?
The Astrea utilizes a Category 3 Casimir faster-than-light propulsion system powered by spatial dilation. The size of the craft is irrelevant.
Faster-than-light travel is currently impossible.
On the contrary, a vessel of this size would be impractical without FTL propulsion. Nearly there. The final core should bring all my systems back online.
Tell me about your ship's origins.
I'm unable to share relevant military data with a civilian model. Excellent work. All logic faults have been resolved. Thank you, Jack. I admit, I had my doubts that a prospecting model could perform such a procedure. Return to the main terminal above. You should be able to fully restore my systems.
Core functions online. Testing neural network connections. All systems optimal. Now, to locate my crew.
That wasn't our arrangement, Apollo. You're supposed to help me find Liv.
You misunderstand me, Jack. To locate your friend, I'll need to connect to the ship's diagnostic systems. That will require an officer's command codes. Your goals and my goals align. I've restored power to the exit. In emergency situations, all essential personnel are evacuated to a command bunker. We should seek them there.
Do you have any intel on the biological infestation?
Tactical data is limited at this time. Based on my preliminary analysis, a weaponized superorganism, polymer-based synthetic, capable of consuming all carbon-based chemical structures. Physical contact with active material is not advised. Are in this wing, just beyond the main control room. This is the TACCOM station. We can scan the ship from the terminal here once we've awakened the crew. The cryo chamber should be nearby. This is it, Jack. We have arrived at the cryo chamber. Some of the pods are still operational. To revive the crew, we'll need to restore the power grid.
How can I reach the power systems?
The emergency generator is beneath us. Look around for a utility hatch.
The contamination is increasing in density.
The biomass feeds on power currents. Reactivating the ship's systems may make navigation more treacherous. We should proceed with caution. That's the generator up ahead. The fusion reaction is completely inert. We'll need to execute a jumpstart.
How do I reboot the system?
We'll need 3 power cells to complete the procedure.
I'll collect what we need. This power cell is drained. We'll need to find a way to recharge this before returning to the generator.
It's working. The power cell is accepting the charge. Positive contact. The power cell is in place and ready to fire.
I'll look for additional cells. Another unpowered cell.
We'll need to recharge this one as well. Injecting fusion material. You can now use the console to bring the generator back online. Be prepared to move quickly. Radiation levels will climb rapidly once the reaction begins.
The generator is offline, but appears intact.
We can restart the fusion reaction using standard power cells. You should see what you can scavenge from the surrounding area.
Power current stable. Radiation levels climbing.
Quickly, we should return to the cryo chamber. We may be able to revive the crew.
Clearing radiation zone.
Now, we must revive the crew. The hibernation controls at the center of the room can release the security protocols and begin decompression.
Accessing cryogenic systems.
Once the security protocols are released, you should be able to decompress each pod by hand.
No sinus rhythm. Negative respiration.
E.T. Miller. Unfortunate. Sensor expertise would have been invaluable.
Apollo, these are Atlas personnel. My captain and I are members of the Atlas Initiative.
Captain Olivia Rhodes, Prospecting Division. Disappeared 400 years ago in 2126. A very impressive file.
Disappeared.
I am sorry, Jack, but the Echo model has been obsolete for centuries. It is overwhelmingly likely your commander is dead and that you are malfunctioning. Gunnery Chief Giles, very resilient. A discouraging loss. Ensign Leitner, Fire Controlman.
Looks like a senior officer.
Lieutenant Commander McClintock, Head of Tactical Ops.
Apollo, if the biomass compromised this cryo chamber, it is unlikely any other...
I have a duty to this ship and her crew. I must be sure. If we collect the commander's biometric data, we can use the TACCOM station to scan the rest of the ship for survivors, including your captain. Open the pod and find the I.O. port on her spacesuit.
Data collection complete.
Processing. Access code acquired. I should be able to access the diagnostic systems. Now, please, return to the TACCOM station and link me to the main terminal. Help me upload to the main terminal here. Once I've brought the diagnostic systems online, it should only take a moment to scan for survivors. Mainframe access achieved. Initiating scan. Please stand by.
No. There has to be more.
Apollo, what's happening?
There's no one left. I have failed.
Apollo! Apollo! The safety of the Atlas Corporation is your responsibility. Live is your responsibility. Apollo, please, don't let me fail my mission.
Emergency. Urgent distress call follows. Kronos II station compromised. Life support failure. All hands have abandoned ship.
Your station. It shouldn't exist. Kronos II was destroyed by a cosmic event.
Liv is alive, Apollo. This is 2126. You were that cosmic event. You can still help me save an officer of the Atlas Initiative.
Accessing security logs. Please stand by. I have detected an electrical disturbance in main life support. It appears someone is trying to access environmental control.
Liv, she's alive. How do I get there?
I'm opening a channel to your station's adjutant. I believe I can commandeer one of your Fury transports. You should be able to reach it through the airlock in this room.
Shields at 95%. Select your destination. Destination: USN Astrea, Central Life Support. Preparing for thruster ignition. Please hold on.
Transport reached.
I've input a new flight path to the main controls. Departing on your command.
Arriving at destination.
The exit door is at the rear of the cannon.
Shields at 95%.
closing in on your captain. The air duct here should connect to environmental control.
Service access located.
This air duct leads directly to main life support. Not far now.
Oh, this isn't working.
Liv?
Jack! Jack, you're here. You're really here.
Are you injured?
Oh, nothing permanent. I guess I have you to thank for that. But I'm down to my last tank. And it's running low on air.
What's going on? This ship? There are people on here. They're wearing Atlas uniforms.
It is difficult to explain. What are you doing here?
I followed the air intake ducts. I think this is main life support. How the hell did you find me?
I had help.
Help? From who? Everyone's dead.
Jack, I think I can interface with the computer here.
I may be able to show you.
Jack, be careful with that. We don't know what anything in here does.
I'm familiar with this design.
What are you doing?
Connecting to the main computer. Maybe it can help us.
I tried getting it online. I think it's trashed.
Systems compatible. Rebooting diagnostic protocols.
What the hell?
Identity verified. Captain Olivia Rhodes. Updating personnel files.
Jack, what's going on? Who? What is that?
This is Apollo, an AI construct I encountered on the ship. We've been traveling together.
In accordance with succession protocols, this ship, such that it is, belongs to you.
Congratulations on your promotion.
Seriously, Jack. What the hell is that thing?
Apollo helped me track your movements through the vessel. In a way, we owe our reunion to him.
I guess. Thanks? Why are you helping us?
It is my duty to ensure the safety of all Atlas personnel.
All right, Apollo. Tell me how to get life support back online.
Emergency systems are unable to cope with damage on this scale. To restore life support, we'll need to activate the main reactor.
Jack, can we trust this thing?
Apollo has had ample opportunity to betray or abandon me. His desire to help us appears to be sincere.
I suppose that's a start. Apollo, can you restart the reactor from here?
Negative. The failure is mechanical. Someone will need to enter the core. I suggest a division of labor. I'll talk you through the repairs here while Jack brings main power back online. His radiation shield should offer adequate protection.
I don't suppose there's another option.
Many, but their odds of success are bleak.
Will you be all right here on your own?
I can't say I'm too keen on sending you into the heart of a malfunctioning fusion reactor the moment I got you back, but it doesn't really look like we have a choice, does it?
One of the access vents leads to a main artery of the electrical grid. If you follow the conduit there, it should lead you to the reactor. Captain Rhodes, there is a utility hatch behind you. Inside you will find the main power distribution block.
Acknowledged. On it. All right, Jack. I'll see you on the other side. All right, Apollo, you're the tactical AI. Is there an explanation for all the guns?
The Estrella was constructed as a ship of the line assigned to security detail on Ceres.
Ship of the line. The solar system's been united since colonization began.
This device is holding an electric charge and is linked to nearby equipment. Probably a capacitor of some kind. It must be what's powering the induction panel.
So, if you're from the future, no questions.
That information is of no strategic relevance.
Oh, come on. I am the captain. Do I have to pull rank?
Official records indicate Kronos II was destroyed by an unexplained spatial phenomenon. Olivia Rhodes was designated missing in action. There is no mention of Jack.
That's not exactly encouraging.
Apologies. I am programmed for fire control and tactical models. I do not excel at giving bad news.
No kidding.
If it is any consolation, there is no mention of my arrival in your time stream, so accounts of the incident are at best incomplete. If I believed our plight to be hopeless, I would classify this operation as salvage, not rescue.
That does make me feel a bit better, actually. I think.
The contamination here is significant.
The added energy of the ship's electrical systems appears to stimulate the biomass.
So it's feeding on the systems we're about to reactivate. Great.
I didn't say it was a perfect plan.
What class of reactor is this? Fusion, I assume?
Yes, but not the kind you would be familiar with. It is catalyzed by antimatter.
Antimatter? You're asking Jack to handle antimatter?
Oh, not directly. He'll just be pointing high-intensity plasma beams at it. It's very safe. You can handle that, can't you, Jack?
Certainly. If today has proven anything, it is my core system's ability to adapt.
Can't argue with that. It's been one hell of a day.
I've reached the control room.
Excellent. Once you enter the main chamber, assess the status of the satellite generators. They power the magnetic containment field.
Is that how you stabilize the antimatter?
Affirmative.
This generator seems undamaged, but it's currently offline.
Check the power cells. Voiding the reactor may have nullified their charge.
Shields at 95%. Reboot initiated.
Jack? What happened? I lost you on comms.
My shell was infected by the biomass.
Infected? Guess it's a good thing I didn't touch it.
Shields at 95%.
Apollo, what are these?
Navigation pillars. If you scan their I/O ports, you can create additional handholds.
Power cells in place.
Confirmed. Now re-establish the generator's link to the containment field. Look for a control panel nearby. Magnetic field stabilizing.
And radiation levels increasing.
So they are. I'd get that last generator online as fast as possible if I were you. Once it's active, the containment field should be strong enough for us to restart the reactor.
Shields at 50%. Shields at 30%. Shields at 95%. Shields at 50%. Shields at 30%. Shields at 95%. Shields at 50%.
Final generator operational. Now to connect it to the containment field.
Magnetic containment field fully operational. It should hold during reactivation.
Should.
Theoretically. We'll know for sure once Jack has returned to the control room and aligned the plasma beams with the core's intake valves. Do make sure they're in the right position, Jack. The reactor won't initialize unless they're perfectly aligned. Plasma streams aligned, ready for reactivation. Main reactor systems coming online. Initiating reaction in 3, 2, 1.
What was that?
One of the complications I spoke of. Fortunately, it does not seem to have caused any further damage to the reactor.
So we're not all about to go out in a giant antimatter annihilation event then?
Not presently, no.
I'll take it. Great job, Jack. Now get back up here as soon as you can. I may need your help to finish this up.
I'm en route. You must be joking.
As predicted, our repairs appear to have disturbed the biomass. I recommend caution.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
I am unfamiliar with that member of the crew. Those service pylons are now online. You can use your scanner to activate them.
I'll look for an I/O port.
Shields at 95%.
Conduit clear. Almost there.
We need to reconnect the main power conduit. Just be careful. The current is now live.
Ow! Thanks for the warning. Jesus, worse than Jack.
You're welcome. System coming online.
Jack, good, you're here. Well, we're about ready to repressurize the chamber.
Jack, please seal the vent doors behind you before attempting to activate the system. Pressure seal verified. We can now cycle the flow control from the main console.
Warning. Oxygen levels critical.
What was that?
Nothing. It means we should hurry.
Flow control open and stable. Exercise caution around vent openings during gas infusion.
Oh, thank God for that.
Pressure levels rising.
Oxygen outflow higher than anticipated. Attempting to compensate. Warning. Pressure unstable.
What happened?
Unknown. Attempting to compensate.
Oh, pressure levels falling.
There's a breach. Can you locate it?
I'm unable to pinpoint a specific disturbance.
Meaning what exactly?
Meaning the ship's so riddled with holes he can't find the leak.
If you keep ramping up the pressure, you could tear a hole in the hull.
Apollo, shut it down.
Unable to maintain atmosphere.
Shit.
We need to find a sector that we can repressurize.
The bridge is the most heavily reinforced section of the vessel. It likely survived the bombardment.
How far?
The bow of the ship. I'm opening the bulkhead into the main gangway. I have redirected your Fury transport to meet us.
Warning. Oxygen levels critical. Return to habitat.
Better hurry.
Select your destination.
Hold on.
I'm ready. Punch it.
Please keep your hands and arms inside.
Just go!
Activating thrusters.
Apollo, are you certain the bridge can withstand pressurization?
As certain as I can be. The bridge is one of the most structurally sound areas on the entire ship. I would estimate our chances of success are roughly 1 in 3.
1 in 3, huh? Well, I'd really hate to have to live on those odds.
Unfortunately, Captain Rhodes, you do have to live on those odds.
That was sarcasm, Apollo. She was joking.
This hardly seems like an appropriate time for levity.
Never mind. Just get us to the bridge.
Jack, you caught my joke.
It was a good joke, Liv. Try and stay focused. We're nearly there. Apollo?
Another EM fluctuation. They're increasing in magnitude.
Should we be concerned?
Not presently. The reactor is still functioning within operational limits.
Good. Continue monitoring the situation. Let us know if anything changes.
Of course. Approaching command deck. Reducing speed. Here we are. The large door up ahead will take us to the command deck. Jack. Captain Rhodes is still on the Fury transport. She's not moving.
Olivia, wake up.
What? Yeah. I'm here. I'm awake.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. I just give me a minute. You go ahead and lead the way. I'll be
right behind you.
Warning. Oxygen levels critical. Return to habitat immediately.
Shut up! O2. Down to 1%.
We need to get you to the bridge.
All right. Get the door.
Come on, let's go. Liv? Liv, wake up.
Yeah, I'm here. Just a bit lightheaded. Let's just keep moving.
The bridge is just up ahead.
I don't see any spores on this deck.
No visible contamination of any kind.
That's got to be a good sign, right?
Not necessarily. The biomass primarily spreads through the ventilation system. Until we can inspect the vents, we cannot assume this deck is safe.
Apollo, I really hope you weren't the one in charge of morale on this ship.
We will need authorization from a command crew member to open the bridge airlock.
Liv, would you...
Apollo, just unlock the damn door, would you please?
Voice authorization accepted. Airlock controls released.
Liv? Olivia!
Yeah, sorry. I'm good.
Just hold on. It won't be long now.
Captain Rhodes, I suggest you take your place at the command station. And please try to remain conscious.
Yeah.
Now, Jack, in order to restore atmospheric pressure, I will need to rewrite the bridge logic core. You will find it near the forward console.
Core located.
The rewrite procedure is identical to the one we performed in life support.
Understood. I'll move the core to the override slot. Returning core. Core locked in. Do you have access?
Affirmative. I now have full control of all essential bridge functions.
How long will it take to repressurize the cabin?
Accessing environmental controls. Stand by.
Warning. Oxygen reserves depleted. Return to habitat immediately.
Jack. My O2 tank zeroed out.
Try and stay calm, Olivia. There's still air in your suit. It should sustain you for a while longer.
Just hurry. Oh God. I can't.
Apollo,
I can't
we
breathe.
need life support now.
I'm afraid we have another complication.
What is it?
I'm detecting trace amounts of the biocontaminants in the bridge ventilation system. Any attempts to repressurize will flood the bridge with poisonous spores and kill the captain.
Tell me what to do.
The bridge environmental system consists of 4 air vents. You'll need to inspect each one. Incinerate any spores you find with your reactive cutter.
Got it.
Jack, I can't see. Everything's blurry.
Nitrogen levels in her blood are rising, activating an emergency medical capsule.
Liv, you have to stay with me. Keep your eyes open.
I can't.
Yes, you can. Focus.
Oh God. This isn't happening.
Please, Liv. I need you to stay with me. Liv? Liv!
She's lost consciousness.
The vents are clear. Re-engage life support, now!
Accessing environmental controls. Restoring atmospheric pressure. Oxygen outflow nominal.
Apollo?
Hull integrity is holding steady. It's working. Atmospheric pressure restored. Habitable zone established.
Breathable atmosphere detected.
Liv? Olivia?
Negative respiration. She's still not breathing.
Please. Liv, wake up!
Ventricular fibrillation. She's going into cardiac arrest.
What can I do?
There's an emergency defibrillator. There, in the medical locker, by the entrance.
Apollo, the medical locker is sealed.
You should be able to cut it open.
I've got it.
Quickly, connect the defibrillator to the side of the medical capsule. Defibrillator online. Attach the electrode panels directly to the medical capsule. The current will pass straight through. You need to pump the handle to build up a charge. When the power level reads blue, press the hollow button to administer the shock.
Clear.
No response.
Again. Clear.
Negative. Still in VFib.
Again.
Jack. You may be too late.
Clear.
Jack. She's gone.
No. Again. Clear. Clear.
Jack. I have sinus rhythm. She's alive.
Jack?
Morning, sunshine.
Very funny, Jack.
Blood oxygen levels returning to normal. Heart rate 64 BPM. She's stabilizing.
How are you feeling?
Like I've just been electrocuted.
You frightened me. I thought I'd lost you.
So you are going to miss me.
Hello, Captain Rhodes. I am relieved to see you are not dead.
Thanks. You want to let me out of this thing?
Due respect, Captain. Protocol requires you remain...
I do what she says, Apollo.
Thank you.
I'd like it noted for the record that I am strongly
So,
opposed
noted.
to this decision.
Now let me out.
Are you sure you're all right?
Just a little sore. I'll manage.
Apollo, what's happening?
Excessive damage to the power grid has triggered a rapid destabilization of the main reactor.
What does that mean?
If we don't find a way to stabilize the reactor, the containment field will collapse and destroy the ship.
Options?
There are a number of solutions I could attempt, but only one holds a reasonable chance of success.
Not gonna like this, am I?
We could execute a faster-than-light jump. The amount of energy expended by an FTL jump may be enough to stabilize the reactor.
What would happen if we jumped? Where would we go?
Unfortunately, I am unable to calculate a destination solution. In truth, we actually have a much bigger problem.
Oh, good. Because I was waiting for a much bigger problem.
The last time this ship performed a faster-than-light jump, it resulted in radical temporal displacement.
Wait, you're saying if we jump, we're going to time travel?
I'm not certain, but it is possible.
This is insane.
The energy buildup is accelerating. We don't have much time.
Are we really doing this?
It's worth the risk.
Yeah. I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
The FTL drive collapses mid-jump, creating a singularity that instantly tears us to pieces on the molecular level before...
Apollo.
Was I not supposed to answer that?
Screw it! If I'm gonna die, I might as well do it going faster than light.
Very well. Before we can execute the jump, we will need to redirect all available power to the FTL drive. This requires manually powering down all non-essential systems. I will walk you through the procedure.
Or we could just break them.
Well, yes. I suppose that would also work.
That's sort of brilliant, actually.
Reactor destabilization.
Apollo, how do we access the primary system components?
Use the engineering station to open the maintenance panels.
All right, I'll expose the components. Jack, get ready to cut through as many of those systems as you can.
Got it.
There, panels open. Pick a system and start cutting.
On it.
Primary weapon systems disarmed.
I think it's working, Jack. Try another.
Initiating jump prep.
Let's go! Let's go! Apollo!
Main engines report green. Ready to execute FTL jump.
Do it, Jack! Punch it!
FTL engaged. Jumping in 3.
Jack! Jack, are you alright?
Liv, look outside.
Oh my god.
Where are we?
Stand by. Taking a reading now.
Liv. It's Saturn.
No.
I'm afraid Jack is correct, Captain. We are currently in geosynchronous orbit over Saturn.
Apollo, what is the current date?
Astrometric positioning would suggest we have arrived sometime in the mid-26th century.
We jumped forward 400 years.
Approximately.
So this is your time?
To put it simply, yes. This is my time.
What happened here, Apollo?
You were looking at the aftermath of a skirmish this ship was involved in prior to our meeting each other.
Who are you fighting? Why what?
What is that?
Contact. Incoming vessel.
More trouble?
Negative. USN transponders. They're friendly.
USN Estrella, this is Transport Cruiser Juno. Do you copy?
Affirmative, Juno, we read you. This is the Estrella. Captain Olivia Rhodes commanding.
If Olivia Rhodes is the captain, then who are you? Identify yourself.
I am an Echo unit. Serial number E101-324.
I'm sorry, Estrella. Did you say you were an Echo unit?
You can just call him Jack.
An actual functioning Echo unit? Must be quite a story there. Just sit tight. Rescue team's inbound. ETA 10 minutes.
Understood. Estrella out.
So, we're stuck 400 years in the future.
It would seem so, yes.
Well, approximately.
No way to get home.
None.
Okay. So tell me, what's the proper protocol for this situation?
Improvise.
Good answer, Jack.